This video describes how to make custom reports in the Event Manager. To see reports, click on the Reports tab. If you wish, you can click on Add New Report at any time. Anyone can add a report, whether you are an administrator, a super user, or a regular user if you have permission. Typically, regular users will have limited access to reporting, while super users and administrators will have full access. So let me change to a different account, and you can see how the capabilities change. Before I do switch, notice even system level reports, because I am a super user, I'm allowed to edit them, archive them, and make them visible to the public. If I switch to Alice Edelman, who happens to be an administrator for this project, this event, you can see that I no longer have those capabilities because I'm not a super user. I can't edit regular reports, but I can run them. But you'll notice here at the bottom that I am allowed to edit this report, and that's because user Alice Edelman created the report as Alice's special report. So if I want other people to be able to see it, I make sure that public is checked. And if I want it only to be visible to me, Alice, I would uncheck it. But I do want it to be visible to the public. So let's add a new report. This screen is used to configure the report that I'm going to create. And as you'll see soon, it has two forms. As a regular admin, I have many capabilities, but not every single detailed capability. As a super user, there are a few extra things that I get. Most users will be admins, so I'm going to describe that first. Let's say that I just want to get a list of all of the meetings names, right? So let's just call it, the meeting name list here. Meeting name list. And I'm going to make it a description. It's a list of meeting names. Next, I want to choose the model. I can choose meetings or holds, meetings or meals, only meals, blackout times, or anything that is a meal or resembles having F&B. I can also do a report on the holds, and I can do a report based on the current event itself. So I'm just going to make this all about the meetings. For my header, I can say something like my meeting report. And then I can choose, if I wish, to group by one of the columns. So group by is most useful when you are adding all of the values of a column together. In this case, I'm not interested in doing that. The title of my report is going to be, for the sake of explanation, report title. And I can choose which columns in the meeting model I want. You can see them all listed down here. The meeting's ID, a human readable version of the ID, the full name of the meeting, the sign, the status, the hotel name, and all these sorts of things. But I'm going to have a much simpler report than all this. I'm just going to list the ID and the name of the meeting and nothing else. So I'm going to click X to get rid of all these other fields. You can see meetings have a lot of different capabilities, a lot of fields that you can look at. Uh-oh, I've gone and deleted the name of the meeting. So here's how I get it back. I can simply pick it from here and click on Add, and there it shows up. That's good. Now I'm going to finish getting rid of all of these other fields. And I think I'll include the ID of the meetings as well. Now, if I wanted something else in here, let's say I wanted to know the name of the organizer. I can add that. But if I don't want the organizer to be the very first column, I can click it and drag it. Here it would be the second column, here it would be the third column. And then if I wish, I can make changes around what sort order I want all of these to be. Let's say I want the name to be first. And I'm going to sort by the name. So I'm going to choose that the name in ascending order will be how this thing sorts. And if I thought I was going to have identical names, I could choose a second column, like organizer, right, ID, and so forth. For now, I'll just make the name in ascending order be how it sorts. All right, I'm ready to make my report now. Before I do, one quick note. If I wanted to make this report similar to another report that already existed, I could choose Copy from Report. Okay, I've created it, the meeting name list. By default, it is not publicly viewable, mostly because I probably want to test it before I do make it available to the other people. And I'm going to go ahead and run it, and we'll see what it produces. Okay, here's the report. There's the name, the ID of the meeting, and the organizer of the meeting, just like I asked for. And you can see that it is sorting by name, just like I requested. I can reverse that sort order if I want to. I can sort by organizer if I wish. And I can even filter, just like any other report, and say, you know, I only want to see meetings created by Fred Jones. And I've got it. And then I can perform other functions like making the report printable using the report button, exporting it using the tab button, and so forth. Okay, I'm satisfied that my report works. I'm going to make it public. And now everyone using the system will be able to see this meeting. But notice that only Alice is able to edit it. Or, if I switch back to being a super user, super users also have the right to edit people's custom reports if they wish. So here is Alice's meeting name list report that I just created. One other important note, whenever you see a table anywhere inside of the program, you can generate a report from it. So let's say, for example, that I go to the request screen. And down here I see a table that's a big list of information. I can always click the report button. And a report will be a printable report will be generated for me. I can also filter any table in the entire program with the filter button. Let's say that I was not interested in seeing the room column. I would simply remove it. And it's gone. Now that I've filtered, and I can filter on all the columns in all the same ways as any report, I can again click the report button. And you can see that that filtering holds. That is, the room is not shown in this data. And then I can print the report, export it, and so forth. Thank you very much for watching this video on how to create custom reports as an administrator